Hello, I'm Roy Whiffen, and this is Roy's Rant again. Um, City of Sugarland, they now refuse to talk to me at all. Even under the Freedom of Information Act. We've got some bonds coming up, but I asked, uh, you know, how many outstanding bonds do we already have that we're paying for, and how much money do we have left on them? No reply. Didn't get a single thing on them. And yet, we're now finding out it gets worse and worse. We're now finding out that the everybody's jumping on the bandwagon. All right, we've already paid or agreed to $1 billion for Fort Bend ISD, and we got another $1 billion that they want coming up in a couple of years. We've got the 237 million that the commissioners want in a bond. We've got the $90 million that the city wants in a bond. And now we've even got judges wanting more money. It says judges board meeting on Wednesday, and it says that they have asked for an additional 2.716 million for staff and would need a bond of 1.8 to 2.2 million for build out of a new facility. Well, it just goes on and on and on. They just believe that while they've got you on the ropes, they're going to keep you on the ropes, and they're going to take all your money, basically. It's it just goes on and on and on. I went to the City Hall meeting on Tuesday night and listened to them glow over their clean water and all the other good stuff that they think that they're very proud of, and they started talking about the budget. But I sat next to one of the fire chiefs of the fire service here in Sugarland, and it reminded me of many, many moons ago when I talked about the fire service and what we should have and what we shouldn't have. And so I went back and looked, and we're still running our fire service on 3 officers, which is against national standards. It should be 2 in and 2 out throughout the country, and yet the City of Sugarland decides that no, we aren't going to do that. We'll spend 21 million on a park, festival park. We'll spend 21 million on a bridge to nowhere. We'll spend 400,000 on a speed bump. We're going to spend 2.46 million on a roundabout. But as far as your safety is concerned, no, that doesn't come into it. You're not even in the mix. The National Fire Officers Association, page 24, section 8.5.7 states, in the initial stages of an incident, crews operating in the hazardous conditions, a minimum of 4 individuals consisting of 2 individuals working as a crew in the hazardous area and 2 present. And it goes on to say the National Institute have reported departments across the nation lack of adequate staffing, which has contributed to millions of dollars in thousands of on-the-job injuries. Now that's what our city is prepared to do. It's prepared to put these guys' lives and your lives in jeopardy and not go by national standards. You know, it says that also dozens of line of duty deaths. Now, fortunately, we haven't had any deaths here, but that's not to say that there couldn't be. And it's because your city will pay all this money out for things that we don't really need, and you know, we can push down the road, etc. But when it comes to your safety, no. And these fire officers work, you know, like a dog when the need is. They don't think about their lives. They think about your life. But the city doesn't think about their lives. How about that? Okay. Remember I talked last week, about the bond that the commissioners wanted? A kind person put together some figures on the juvenile detention centre that they want to expand. At the moment, 52 beds, highest average to date 72 beds, future need 100 beds, which is an additional 28. Renovations 28,000 feet, additional 100,000 square feet, and it works out when you divide the money that they want that it's going to cost you $303,790 per occupant. Total cost per square foot $235.49. Total cost of the project $30,379. So each new inmate is going to cost you $303,000. Does that seem right? You know, this is where we're all going wrong with all this stuff. We're just being so apathetic and letting these people ride roughshod. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. It just doesn't. You know, we've got roads problems here that they could be addressing with some of this money that they want, that would make it easier and better for you in the city and the county. But no. I mean, look down in Richmond, 359. They put that bridge over there. It's a tiny little road. Now 90 is a bit more as far as traffic is concerned, but 359, it isn't that big a deal. And yet we've got places like 59 and Highway 6, 90 and Highway 6, 99 and Highway 90. You know, they're all areas that need attention now. And what are we doing? We're just worrying about how much money you're going to give them to do their projects that have no bearing on you whatsoever. Okay, I do want to give a shout out, personal deal. I don't know whether you know, but I'm a musician, and last night I played at the Unwind Wine Bar in Richmond, and say thank you to everybody that turned up. It was a great night, enjoyed ourselves, and had a lot of fun. The other thing is, I've been asked about the Rotary. I haven't forgotten about it. It's still there. I'm still putting information together, and we'll be getting it back to you very shortly. So until then, hopefully next week, I'll be talking to you again soon with God's blessing. With that, I'll say goodbye.